Hello and welcome to Why Did I Not Use Sunscreen? Now my skin is peeling off, but it's only my upper arm, so it's fine. Anyway, so this video was recorded before Eco Lifestyle came out, so it doesn't have any letters, and it was also obviously recorded then before I had Eco Lifestyle, because I bought that one yesterday when I came back from my parents, who, by the way, only have mostly have decaffeinated coffee, and I was wondering why I had 3 cups and felt nothing. I mean, that might also be the depression, but you know what I mean. So, a couple of weeks ago, my friend said that her family needed a new house, but she didn't really want to build one, so I was like, Hannah, I will build you one, please. So she said that she would like to have a contemporary Gothic house. So I was like, cool, what does that mean? So I googled and I found a couple of images, and I figured, you know, Victorian is kind of Gothic-ish, which has a whole, like, I'm not going to go into the literature part of Gothic and Victorian and haunted houses and stuff like that. If you want to know more about that, ask me. I had one of my master exams about that one. But anyway, so I looked at Victorian houses. So I'm pretty sure most of you know that obviously the, you know, Victorian style house came from during the reign of Queen Victoria, so from 1837 to 1901. I wrote the dates down so I wouldn't say them wrongly. Anyway, so they are kind of a bit more eclectic than the medieval Gothic and the Romanesque style, and they are kind of, they live through ornaments a lot. But within those Gothic styles, or within those Victorian styles, there are a couple of different homes. So you have the Gothic revival, which were kind of inspired by European churches, medieval churches, with very steep pitched roofs. Everything is kind of pointy, front-facing gables, stuff like that. Very, very distinct style. There is the Italianate style. So they are modeled after the Italian Renaissance villas. So 2 stories, low roofs, white eaves, highly, a lot of ornaments too. And this is what I try to recreate. So you can see the reference image I used for it on screen now. So this is sort of an Italianate style, which was popular in the 1840s to 1870s, I'd say. Not I'd say, it's actually the case. And then you had the Second Empire Victorian houses. They are kind of like a mix of French style houses during the reign of Napoleon III. Yes, that Napoleon. They are more square and rectangular. They have mansard roofs, and they are very pitched, and they are very ornate. And after that came Stick Eastlake. So they are mostly made out of wood. And after that, or during that, Folk Victorian, which spanned to the time after Queen Victoria was actually queen. So they are kind of a more simple, easier version of the Victorian home. Small, square, not very complex floor plans, no towers. Same as kind of the Italianate. They also don't have towers usually, because they are more Mediterranean-ish. And after that, or between that, you also had the Queen Anne, which is also a style you can pick out in The Sims. So maybe you're more familiar with that one. Those are kind of the most famous type of Victorian houses. Heavy ornaments, gabled roofs, round towers, large windows, yada yada yada, all of that. So it's also the case that they have a lot of nooks and crannies. So if you're wondering why I'm building really weird rooms, that's why. Also, if you're wondering why I put things in there, I like kind of, when I build bigger houses, I like planning out where which room goes when I make them, just so I can remember what I was trying to do and which room this was supposed to be. But as you can see in my floor plan, there's also kind of weird angles and nooks and crannies and everything, just because it fit more with it. There aren't many bright colors, which is also kind of telling for a Victorian home, but mostly on the outside. So the outside of this one is pink, like a pastel pink. Yeah, and I also wanted to get I really liked the archways, and it took me forever to figure out that they wouldn't connect to the outside walls the way I wanted to because of the floor trim, and I was so annoyed. You have no idea, I was so annoyed. But yeah, so this is the house. It will end up having one bedroom, one kids room, one playroom, I think 3 bathrooms or 2.5 bathrooms, and a reading room, and obviously, you know, kitchen, dining, living room, and it has a study. So that is the house. I don't know, I quite like building it. Like ever since Tiny Living came out, I've built a lot of smaller homes. So it was fun building larger homes, but larger homes are always tricky to me because I never know how the floor plan works. And I either end up with really odd sort of shaped rooms or with very rectangular rooms, and neither of it is fun. So I never really know what I'm doing there. As you can see, my kitchen is very rectangular. I wanted there to be an island because I love islands in kitchens. It is my dream to have an island in a kitchen, just so that I can do, you know, lots of baking and have lots of space. When I was at my parents', I baked, and I was so happy. Even their kitchen is kind of small-ish, but they have much more space than I have in my flat, and I was so happy with the space for baking and for just rolling out dough. Amazing. Anyway, so finishing the kitchen, I chose the brick tiles because I feel like behind the wall you should have, or behind the oven there should be bricks, just, you know, in case. I try to do justice to the Victorian, the contemporary Gothic style that Hannah wanted for her family. It is still kept kind of basic, so that whenever you download it you can just add your own touches. Also, I struggled so hard with that bathroom. I had no idea where to put anything, and I got so annoyed, and I rearranged it so many times. And I think this is going to be the last time I'm arranging it, so that's the final layout of the bathroom. I was so annoyed. It didn't work. Also, you will see me putting in everything else before I decorate it, because, fun fact, this took me 5 hours, nearly 5 hours, like 4.5 hours to build and furnish and decorate in total, and it ended up being 28 seconds when you play it on 8 times speed. But so that's why I kind of wanted to wait with the decoration part for afterwards, just so that I could build it and furnish it in one go and not kind of get distracted by all the little bits and do all the little bits later on. I did it all in a day, but I cooked in between and, you know, chatted to my friends and stuff. I wanted there to be some place where they could put a TV in the bedroom, but nothing was really making me all that happy. I don't know. Nothing really worked properly. It was an oddly shaped room. It was kind of long and weird, and I don't know. You will see me later put the door to the bedroom on a different wall. That worked much nicer. And I have to sneeze. I'm sorry. This is the kind of like a fireplace room. I felt like a Victorian home needed a fireplace. So I used the same bricks I used in the kitchen as well. Because why not? Oh yeah, there you saw me struggle again with the stupid archway. I just... No. And I also... I struggled with the layout of the living room because I wanted there to be kind of like a sofa that goes around the corner. And obviously we have these corner sofas, and you can push them together and everything, so that worked fine, but I wasn't happy with it. I wanted to have that one, and I didn't know where to put it, so I ended up putting it there, like in the corner. But it still felt kind of odd, so I just tilted the other sofa and called it a day, basically, hoping that it would work out. And when I looked up photos of contemporary Gothic homes, most of the interior was sleek, modern, black, purple, red. So kind of what you would expect when you think of Gothic. But the thing is that the interior of, actual Gothic homes usually had a lot of wood, obviously. So I wanted to incorporate a lot of wood in these homes. But with The Sims, you have about 75 wood tones and none of them match each other, which was my issue with the dining room table. They just wouldn't match the chairs. I could have used a different dining table maybe, but I wanted to have the round one. I thought it was pretty. And I had the issue in there too that nothing would kind of match color-wise. I don't know why I went for purple in there. I think just because I thought, wait, I need to put in purple. There's a lot of red in the tiles downstairs, so I wanted to have purple upstairs a little bit. And I always try to go for a color scheme for a room, even though I don't like. Of course, that's something people do in real life. My mom does it. I don't. Well, kind of. I have a feature wall, more or less. I'm trying to have a feature wall, which is just frames with a lot of postcards from museums, because London has great offers. And then you can get, I think 6 postcards for £5 or 5 for £4, one of these. It's different whichever museum you go to, but at the V&A, the Victoria and Albert, which, the Victoria and Albert, my favorite museum actually, which brings us full circle back to the Victorian home, which is an Italianate home. But anyway, so I wanted them to have a back porch. Where was I? Oh yes, I was with my feature wall. Anyway, long story short, the frames are all kind of black, dark wood or golden. So it is sort of a color scheme. But yes, back to the house. Obviously they should have a back porch. I wanted them to have a back porch because it felt like it should have one. I also like the symmetry it has, and whenever you read Gothic fiction, you will notice that there is a lot of symmetry in there. If you think of Poe, for example, or Hawthorne. At least those are the two I've read the most, I think. At least the ones I read for my exam. But I wanted them to have, a place to sit outside, but something that is sheltered. And they were supposed to have kids, or they do have a kid, I think, or 2 by now. I'm not sure. So obviously, a swing set And at that point, I don't think I had put in a laundry, but I will do that later on. I'm not sure why I'm starting on landscaping now. Sometimes I jump all over the place because I don't know what to do inside anymore. I kind of think I need inspiration, and that's why I start on the outside. But I actually really like the outside of this one. It is a bit more intricate than what I usually do, I think. Because sometimes I just, slap 3 trees in there and call it a day. But I actually, which you will see later on, I build a tiny, garden patch, more or less. Flower bed. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. And hedges, it felt so empty on the side. Just so, blank. Oh yeah, there you will see me building the little flower bed, which took a while because I scaled down all these, or a couple of these stones to kind of lay them around the bed to make it look like it's natural. And I will put in flowers, and it turned out really nice. I quite liked it. I don't know what the use of it is. I figure, you can just take out the plants and put in something that your sim can grow. If you want to, I'll leave it like that. I don't know. I just kind of liked it because it seems like something that you would actually see in real life. I'm not sure it really fits an Italianate Victorian home, but, who cares? This is The Sims. And now I'm going through and decorate everything, which means rugs. And someone needs to tell me why we always put so many rocks in The Sims. Because I think I've said it before in a video that no one I know in real life has as many rocks as my Sims have. I also don't know why you would put a rock underneath your bed. Is it so the rock underneath the bed doesn't get dense? I don't know. It's just something that occupied my thoughts for a little while. Or longer than a little while, probably, because I was just very confused by it. Like, why would I put a rock underneath this bed? Why? I don't know. Probably to break up the pattern? I'm not sure. It makes no sense in real life. patient enough to make it work. I think that's the better way of putting it. I wasn't patient enough to make it work. It could have probably worked. I really like the laundry day stuff. It just adds so much realism to it, which is nice. Though I certainly don't have a bucket on my kitchen counters. But that's just because my like laundry and bucket stuff and everything is inside my kitchen counters. Anyway, I really like decorating the bathrooms. But I always find it tricky to hang the towels. I don't know if that might just be a me thing. I never know where to put the towels because I don't know. It's weird. I also know that the placement of the toilet paper roll is always weird in Sims because I have no frame of reference on how to place it properly. I can't explain it. It's weird. Anyway, so more decorating, more putting stuff on surfaces. I think I'm nearly done with plants. I was looking for other kind of nice things to put around, a bit of clutter to just, bring some life into the home, but not make it too specific so that any sort of sim could kind of move in there, which I always find when you build for someone else, you want them to be able to adapt it to their needs. So I'm hoping that I managed to do that with this house. Obviously, take anything out you want, rip out any walls, only use the shell. I don't care. I had fun building this. I really like detailing the it's not a landing. The landing is the thing upstairs. The thing where you come in, the entrance hall. That's the word. I always like decorating the entrance hall. I don't know why. I think when you have in Sims like a decorated entrance hall, it makes it feel more alive, more realistic. But that might just be me. More plants, lots of plants. Plants are always good. When in doubt, add a plant. At least in Sims. I bought plants today on the market. A lavender and I don't know the other thing in English, the other plant. They're purple and blue and I hope they will survive because I'm very bad at taking care of plants. And also my balcony is kind of in the shade all the time, but the woman at the market said that's fine. And they will survive if I just water them. So hopefully that's true. Anyway, lights. I love putting the lights underneath the cabinets. It's great. It's fantastic. It gives it light and it also reminds me of my aunt's home because my aunt has it as well. So she has these kind of like round, long, I don't know what they are called in English. She has these round, long lights underneath her kitchen cabinets, the hanging kitchen cabinets. And it's always, I don't know, it feels like her when I do it and I like that. Yeah, just a bit more detailing. And then we're like jumping into games soon, so I can just give you a very brief tour of it so you can see it a bit better without, everything jumping around like mad. And then you can also probably see that it is actually pink from the outside. I wanted there to be more light, and I really like the idea of having these lights out there to just kind of, be a part of the house but also give light. It made me happy. I can't tell you why, it just did. And I also think that they are just, you don't really use all these weird lights because they are so tall and so large, and I never know where to use them. So I was happy that I kind of got to use them there. I really never used them. There are some items which are weirdly large and I never know where to put them. So this was a good place. Also these kind of like, the cabinet I put there. I don't think I've ever used it in a build because I never know where to put it, but I didn't want to put another plant. Yes, I know, it's shocking. Me not putting a plant. I put a cabinet. But yeah, so this is sort of the house. Well, this is the house. I wanted to decorate it and make it a bit more ornate, but I didn't really want to do it because Italianate houses aren't that intricate. So I just put kind of flower pots. Are they called flower pots? Like the window flower thingies around, and I tried to fit a, but it didn't work. And an awning, and it didn't work. But now we're jumping into game. Welcome back in game. It is raining. This is a family I don't know. Sims put them in there, but let's just have a look at the house, so you can see it a bit more calmly. So as you can see, it is actually sort of, is it pink? I thought it was pink, but apparently it seems to be yellow. Anyway. I also realized that I kept saying the house form or the style wrong. It is not Italianate. It is, I don't know how to pronounce it. The other A isn't there. So Italiante, something like that. So this is the front door. It has flowers. There's the bench. There's more flowers. Lots of flowers. A couple of, these little things up here, there, you can see them because I wanted it to be a bit more ornate. But yeah, we can just jump into it. Not with the cameraman mode because I still haven't figured out how that works. But so this is the entrance hall, just plain, simple, couple of candles, place to put your keys. Nooks, crannies, a very, quite frankly, useless cranny there. You can put whatever, the laundry could go there. The bathroom could be bigger. Everything's possible. The very small bathroom, which is just a toilet, because there's 2 full-size bathrooms upstairs, and then you can, follow the hallway down to the dining room. Just a, cozy little dining room with a bar, with juice and lights and everything, because I don't know, I thought it looked cool. That's why. The kitchen, very red and black. Yes, I know, very red and black, but that's fine. I quite like it. I do like it. I also like how shiny the floor is. So, simple kitchen, nothing out of the ordinary, and through there you can go outside to the porch, the back porch, just a barbecue, place to sit, lanterns, and a kiddie swimming pool, and some more flowers. And back here there's a laundry line and a swing set, because why not? So back inside, through the dining, we get to the living room, which actually worked out quite nice. I really like how it turned out, how the layout is. I wasn't sure how I would do it, and I did struggle with it a bit. So I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Just a bookcase and the tiny little, fireplace nook, which I find very cozy. So there's that. Maybe something could have been put over here, but I didn't do that. That's fine. So now we can go upstairs. I mean, you've seen all of this. So upstairs, there's the landing, just with a bit of flowers and stuff. Straight through, you get into the kids' playing room with a lot of knickknacks and a lot of clutter, and the Victorian dollhouse, which has this like backdrop, which I just think it's cute. I don't know, I like it. Next to it is the reading room, which has even more bookshelves. And yeah, just a place to sit, a cozy place to sit, and this globe bar. Next to that is the kids' bedroom. Plain, simple. There's not a lot of stuff in there because all the stuff is in the kids' playroom, just so there's more space to actually take the kid to bed and take the kid to go potty, because sometimes Sims are just annoying. So this is really very, very plain. So you can, you know, fill it with your own hopes and dreams. Next to that is the weirdly purpley study. So it doesn't even have, no, it does have a bookcase. What am I saying? It does have a bookcase and a couple of skill objects. And next to that is the sort of master bathroom with a shower and a bathtub and a toilet and a double sink. Always very handy, not in The Sims though. The master bedroom has an ensuite with a shower bath combo because it fit there. And I kind of liked the idea. It filled out the space. Again, double sinks. And yeah, the door is here. It used to be there, but this just kind of works much nicer. Also, there are so many doors. Like in this spot, there's just 4 doors and a stair. It's, yeah, not very well thought out, but that's fine. So you can just sit, you know, have your dresser and have the bed, which works really well in this room, I think. Even though I didn't, like at first I wasn't sure if it would work, but I think it does. I quite like it there. Again, I don't know why there's a rug on the carpet underneath the bed, but that's fine. And just, you know, a little stand for the bed. For the table, for the TV, that was the word I was looking for. My words are failing me. So this is the house in the rain. I hope you liked it. If you download it, feel free to make it your own. You know, adjust it to your family's needs. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. Stay safe and make good choices.